Monic from the Disciples of Doom clan, and I'm here today to share with you my raid build. I have played the raid for extensive amount of hours. Day one, we played it for about 15, 16 hours, trying to figure out some mechanics, and we got those down. And now, after playing in all the raid and getting all the way up to the last boss, and then going from there, I have decided that there are things that needed to be included on your raid build that will help you survive longer and allow you to be able to pump out a lot of DPS at the same time. So here we go. Alright, I have decided to run the Black Market AKM, mostly just because it gets the most mod slots. You can get the mod slot on the muzzle. So I'm running Ranger, extra for the ammo capacity, and Everlasting. We really don't care about the holster talent because it really doesn't matter. But I'm using the 5% damage to elites log optic rail. I have the 7.62 magazine for 10 more rounds. And then I have stability on the thing because it has a little bit of a kick to it, but it's not too bad if you just give it a little control, and you should be good to go. The 7.62 muzzle slot gives me another 5% damage to elites, and damage to elites comes in handy, gentlemen. And my secondary weapon here is the classic M60 at 23.4k. It's got unhinged. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what that does. Optimized weapon handling, so it cuts down the negative effect of, unhinged. Haha. Overlap gives you a little more bonuses based upon what kind of weapon types you have equipped, and then it gives you bonuses to all of your weapons according to what that is. Anyway, moving along here, I have a double barrel sawed-off shotgun, mostly just for the holster talent here. In rhythm, while equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh active skill cooldowns. It can occur once every 60 seconds. That actually comes handy more often than not in the raid, just due to the fact that your Reviver Hive has a very long cooldown period of like 210, 220 seconds, which is a long time when you're in a pinch. So you get that kill, you have that chance, you get that chance procs, guess what? Bam, Reviver Hive got an extra life back. Alright, we are going to start here with my mask. So a lot of the bosses use like fire and gas and like grenades and things like that, and that's all hazardous damage. So it's just like exotic damage resilience kind of in the first one. It reduces the amount of the duration of the status effect that you're on. It does not reduce the damage you take, but it only reduces the amount of the status effect in which you are put on. So like if you're on fire, you still take fire damage, but yet you take less duration of that fire damage. Alright, we are going to move in here. I have two pieces of Gilligar on, so I have the 20% hazard protection and the 5% total armor. I rolled 38% hazard protection on here, along with 34% damage to elites, and then it has insulated, which is 10% hazard protection, as you can see there. Skill power kind of really doesn't matter. I just put extra explosive damage on here because, why not, right? Let's move along to the backpack here. My backpack has 5% protection from elites because you want to be able to survive more, so protection from those elites, especially when you get to the last boss, since most of your enemies there are elites. There's a few red bars and purples that show up, but it's not too crazy. You got 6% weapon damage, and then you have 12,944 armor with 7,767 health. Those could be better, but this is what I got, so, RNG hates me. I have hardened, and I rolled hard hitting onto this for 10% damage to elites, because again, you want to be able to maximize your DPS to your elites to include those bosses. I have a offensive system mod here that gives me 1% weapon damage and 4% assault rifle damage. So it helps out with my DPS a little bit more. Alright, I'm running Murakami gloves for that 8% health because, we like health and we like staying alive. I have 4,797 health and 12% assault rifle damage with devastating for more weapon damage, because that flat weapon damage, especially on console, is super key because, they kind of screwed crit chance and crit damage up, after the first update. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. I'm running a Fenris chest piece. Got 10% assault rifle damage and 10% protection of elites because I'm running two pieces of that. It's got 3.5% weapon damage, which I wish that could be more, but hey, work with what you're given. It's got 245 skill power, 34,954 health, so it's a pretty decent health roll. I have Berserk active here, and then I also rolled hard hitting onto this because, we like to do more damage to elites. I'm running my Fenris holster, which gives me my secondary perk of that 10% protection from elites because, survivability is key here. I have 35,279 health, which I rolled on here, which is not too bad. 7% crit chance, we really don't care about that. Hard hitting, more damage to elites because, we like to kill stuff. And we're moving on to the knee pads here. My knee pads, I have 5% total armor, 20% hazard protection because I run two-piece. I rolled 12,224 health on here. And again, I have hard hitting for 10% damage to elites. So I have total of 231,609 armor, 140,985 health. That helps you stay alive. So we're going to move on over here to some of the other stats here. We're going to scroll on down, see what my weapon damage looks like. I have 24,000 damage, just raw, flat damage that you can do to all of your targets, to include your bosses, your red bars, your purple bars, because, purples and reds, they're not affected by damage to elites, so you got to be able to kill those guys too. So raw weapon damage is the way to go here. I have 43% assault rifle damage, 16.5 all weapon damage bonus, for, helps boost those numbers. We're going to scroll on down here. I have 84% damage to elites, because, we like doing more damage to elites, because those guys hurt. We're going to scroll here and here. I have 68% hazard protection. So talking about hazard protection again, and again, it does not reduce the amount of damage you take from like fire or poison or anything like that. What it does, it reduces the amount of time that you're on it. So you could be on, say, fire for 3 seconds and only take 3 seconds of that fire damage. That fire damage may be 6,000 damage a second, but for 3 seconds you're only taking that 6,000, so you're only taking 18,000 damage, which really isn't that bad. You can get over that. So here we go. My skills, well, we really don't care about skill power on this build, so it's pretty much useless. So we're going to go talk about the skills that I am using. I'm using the chem launcher here. I have mods on here that really don't apply because, I don't have enough skill power to activate them, but, my chem cloud heals me for 50,000, which isn't too bad, but, since I'm running the survivalist, you get that 15% outgoing healing, which, that helps out a little bit. If you run some extra outgoing healing mods on your gear, you can actually get a little bit more out of your heal than just, not having anything active. I also run the Reviver Hive because, we like Reviver Hive. It helps you just get back up after you get that down. If you guys have any questions or any other suggestions that you guys want to drop in, put them in the comment section below, and have a nice day.